Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chat Cinema. I'm here with a multi-hyphenate talent here, and Nicolaj Copernicus. He's an actor, director, producer, and writer. And we just screened his short film, Steinophone.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you very much.
The short film has been very well received and has been shortlisted for the Oscar for 2021. Let's get started.
Yes,
Okay, Nicolai, you didn't exactly present us with a very positive view of 1950 Danish fatherhood in this film.
yeah.
Can you explain that?
Um, uh, can you ask me again because I couldn't hear your question. Sorry.
Okay, so all right, I'll start over again.
Yeah.
Nicolai, the film is centered around a little boy
Yes.
who has a passion for music.
Yeah.
Set in the 1950s at the opening of the film. You didn't exactly present us with a very, I guess I wanted to say, a positive view of 1950 Danish fatherhood. Can you explain the father's role in the film as from the
Yeah.
1950s?
Yeah. I can. It's because the story is based on a true story. It's about my own father when he was 12 years old, and he had a really strong and I would say very bad relationship to his father. His father was very tough, and he didn't see my father as a potential talented guy. And then I once saw these stones in the window when I was visiting my father, and I asked him, what about these stones? And he said, well, there's just nothing. And I found out that he actually, when he was 12 years old, went to the radio because out of 2,000 stones, he found a C minor scale and played music because he wasn't allowed to get the violin with him at the camp. And then I thought, if I combine these two stories, so I had this wonderful, unique stories about finding music out of stones, and then combined it with the bad relationship to a father and a story about not being seen. I thought that it would be a wonderful idea. And then I was so lucky that my own son, he said yes to play my father when he was 12 years old. So the boy in the film is my own son playing my father when he was 12 years old. And so it's a quite personal story, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, okay, so I'm going to follow up on that. I wanted to say it's a very personal story. Were you nervous about putting your family's history on film like that?
Yeah, sort of. But my father, he didn't really through his life. He died for 2.5 years ago, and I have heard from him in my whole life that he's in a way never had an outcome on something. He stopped in the middle of everything, and he was stuck in that situation. And I was looking at him and thinking, you're full of a lot of talent, material, and why don't you use it in a way? And then I had to do this movie because I wanted to do a tribute to my father in a way. And then, of course, it's a big chance to even do personal stories, but I think it's worth taking the chance sometimes. And I was very thrilled and very happy and grateful and thankful that my own son wanted to play my father, because then it was like sort of a Russian babushka doll. It's grandfather's fathers, and it's a father-son story in a way.
Okay, so that brings me to the next question, which kind of follows through. You were talking about your grandfather, your father's relationship and everything, but the atmosphere of the film is very, I guess, can I say melancholic, especially even the setting when you're shooting inside your father's house and
Yeah.
the way they are engaging, the characters engage in each other.
Yeah.
Was that typical in your grandfather or in the Danish household then, or is it?
See, the my problem is that when you do these kind of stories, then you have to, and you do private, personal stories about your own family, then you take a risk in that way that my grandfather was actually very nice to me. So, but I had the feeling of that atmosphere. I mean, when you enter in rooms at my grandfather and grandmother, it was like you could. There was totally quiet, and the only thing you could hear was the sound of the clock
Mhm.
on the wall, like tick tock, and there was some kind of tension. And when you're a kid, you can really you adapt that kind of attention, and you can feel it heavily. And it was important for me that I could try to make this atmosphere, so I could gain these kind of emotions out of the scenes. And I found out that less word was better than a lot of words,
Yeah.
because it was easier that it was full of atmosphere and music instead of a lot of word.
Okay, that brings me to my next question. Oh, the flow is going really well here. It's a
Thank you.
movie about emotions, okay, and expression, but it's also about, I guess, music in a way. But you had to really balance all of these. That must have been hard trying to juggle it.
Yeah, I mean, uh, I I just did it out of intuition in a way. But the easy part is that my father was really he was a really he was a guy with a lot of musicality inside. And since he actually found music out of 2000 Stones,
Mm,
and he came to the radio, then at that point the head of the sound department said, shouldn't we use the original music from the Stones in the radio?
uh-huh.
So actually my father, the music out of the radio in the film is actually my father when he was 12 years old.
Oh,
And that then we took that original sound of the stone when he hit the stones, and then we made them a little larger than life in all the scenes when he was finding the music at the beach, because it was important for me to give the audience the impression that the music was inside the boy. And then all the score music was based on like music I related to in the way that my father was very, very happy about Beethoven.
hmm.
And that's why we are playing the romance in the beginning of the film, and another thing of Beethoven in the end of the film. And then we took to try to sort of match the score into that classic music.
Okay.
So that's the way we try to balance it.
Fantastic job. Now, okay, I'm going to ask you a question outside of your work. What are you planning next?
Well,
Since you have all these titles here.
yeah, of course. Well, I do a lot of. I mean, I'm an actor, of course. Primarily, I'm an actor, and I have been working as an actor for 25, 30 years, and have done quite a lot of films and TV shows, and I still working as an actor. And in the end of January, I am in a role in a Netflix TV series called Chosen. It's a sci-fi thing, and it's well, I'm looking forward to that. And then I'm working as a director on a TV show, and it's actually also a sci-fi TV show about two kids, 10 and 14 years old, and they lose their parents in the first episode, and then they are finding out that there is something wrong, and there is more between heaven and earth. And actually, it's a story that based on the spine that if you are searching, instead of searching in your past, then you have to like just being in the now and finding out that all the love is around you, right here, instead of trying to be somewhere else in the past or in the future.
Okay.
So that, and then I'm working, well, trying to hopefully work a lot to get this movie to be nominated as an Oscar.
Well, okay, I'm going to try to help you with that. We'll just get the word out as much as I can. But I want to say again,
yeah, well, sorry.
Congratulations on the work, and congratulations on just being shortlisted. That's fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very, very happy about it.
Well, we wish you all the luck, and thank you, Nicolaj, for the interview.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Ciao.
Ciao.